Good evening. You're watching the latest updates from Egypt here on Qnews. Let's get more on those top headlines. President Abdel Fattah El-Sisi has met with World Economic Forum President Borge Brenda to discuss Egypt's development efforts and investment opportunities in key sectors. The talks focused on major projects in infrastructure, industry and agriculture, with President El-Sisi highlighting the importance of joint cooperation and attracting foreign private sector investment. He emphasized priority areas such as industry, sustainable energy, telecommunications, digital transformation, artificial intelligence and transportation. Brende praised Egypt's significant economic reforms and its strides in attracting investment, expressing the forum's interest in showcasing Egypt's achievements in these areas. President Abdel Fattah El-Sisi has met with Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and Minister of Investment and Foreign Trade Hassan El-Khatib to review strategies for enhancing Egypt's foreign trade system. Presidential spokesperson Ambassador Mohammed El-Shnawi highlighted that President El-Sisi called for sustained efforts to improve the investment climate and tackle structural economic challenges. He stressed reducing non-tax procedural and financial burdens to strengthen Egypt's role as a regional hub for foreign direct investment in line with national priorities. Egypt's Foreign Minister, Dr. Badr Abdel Ati, has met with Bolivia's Foreign Minister, Celinda Souza, during her visit to Cairo. The two officials discussed boosting bilateral relations, focusing on investment, economic cooperation and pharmaceuticals, as well as regional issues. At a joint press conference, Abdel Ati condemned Israel's attacks on Gaza, Lebanon and the West Bank, calling them a threat to international peace. He also marked the 64th anniversary of Egypt-Bolivia diplomatic ties, reaffirming Egypt's commitment to strengthening the partnership. Bolivia's foreign minister highlighted the importance of Middle East peace and announced upcoming cooperation between the two countries. Also, Egypt's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Badr Abdel Ati, has reaffirmed the country's commitment under President Abdel Fattah El-Sisi to collaborate with the African Union Commission, or the AU, and all relevant parties to implement the AU's new policy on post-conflict reconstruction and development. Abdel Ati emphasized President El-Sisi's vision to address these challenges urgently and comprehensively, aiming to strengthen the role of national, regional and continental institutions in confronting internal and external challenges, ultimately seeking peaceful and sustainable solutions to crises and disputes. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Badr Abdel Ati, has reiterated Egypt's commitment to enhancing economic integration with African nations, particularly Congo, in line with President El-Sisi's directives to strengthen regional cooperation. During a meeting with the Congolese Minister of Industry and Development, Abdel Ati emphasized the importance of boosting economic ties between the two countries, focusing on supporting the private sector and small and medium-sized enterprises as key drivers of economic and social development. Egypt's ambassador to Berlin, Mohammed Abdel Sattar, has highlighted the country's commitment to strengthening its long-standing ties with Germany, which have spanned over 70 years, with notable progress in the economic, investment, technological and cultural sectors. During the credential presentation ceremony, the Egyptian ambassador conveyed President Abdel Fattah El-Sisi's greetings to the German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier, emphasizing Egypt's appreciation for the robust relationship between the two nations' leaderships. Minister of Planning and Economic Development, Rania Al-Mashat, has chaired a coordination meeting to discuss the Egypt-UN Strategic Partnership Framework for Sustainable Development for the period 2023 to 2027. The framework focuses on 5 key areas: enhancing human capital, fostering inclusive economic growth, building climate resilience, promoting governance and transparency, and empowering women and girls. Al-Mashat emphasized that Egypt's efforts with the United Nations align with the country's development priorities and its vision for sustainable development by 2030 rather. Deputy Prime Minister Kemal Al-Wazir has delivered a speech in the opening session of the first Egyptian-Sudanese Business Forum, emphasizing Egypt's strong support for Sudan and the deep-rooted ties between the two nations. Al-Wazir conveyed the greetings of President El-Sisi, wishing success for the forum's activities. The forum, which focuses on boosting industrial investment, aims to create jobs and enhance production capacity. Discussions also centered on improving transport connectivity, including road corridors and rail links, to enhance trade and economic integration between Egypt and Sudan. The Ministry of Petroleum and Mineral Resources has denied reports claiming malfunctions in the regasification vessel at Ain Sokhna, which allegedly caused a rerouting of LNG shipments to Egypt. The ministry clarified that the regasification unit is functioning normally and meeting market demands. It explained that the decision to not receive certain LNG shipments is part of a strategy to update production and consumption models, aiming for a more efficient energy mix and reduced import costs. Minister of Electricity Mahmoud Esmat has visited the Egypt-Saudi Arabia Electrical Interconnection Station in Badra City, the largest of its kind in the Middle East. The station operates at 500 kV DC and serves as a vital link between electric grids. Minister Esmat outlined a comprehensive plan to improve energy system efficiency, stabilize the unified grid, and enhance service quality. He emphasized reliance on renewable energy, boosting power plant efficiency, reducing fuel consumption, and addressing distribution losses. A joint Egyptian-German archaeological mission led by the Supreme Council of Antiquities and the University of Tübingen has uncovered a complete pylon from a Ptolemaic temple at the Great Temple of Athribis in Sohag Governorate. Secretary General of the Supreme Council of Antiquities, Mohammed Ismail Khalid, described the discovery as a crucial step in unveiling the remaining elements of the temple. The pylon's facade spans 51 meters with 2 24-meter towers and the entrance gate located between them. Egypt's Minister of Planning, Rania Al-Mashat, and the Minister of Investment and Foreign Trade, Hassan Al-Khatib, held a meeting with World Bank Commission leader Stefan Gimbert to discuss the development of Egypt's foreign direct investment strategy for 2025 to 2030. Al-Mashat highlighted that the new strategy is designed to establish an ambitious yet achievable vision for investment aimed at fostering growth and diversification to support Egypt's economic objectives. And to talk more about Egypt's new foreign direct investment strategy, we are joined from Cairo by the economic expert Mohammed Al-Bahwashi. Thank you very much for joining us here on Qnews. What are the main features of Egypt's new foreign direct investment, or FDI, strategy?
Greetings, everyone. In fact, Egypt has laid out a strategy for itself that aims at attracting investments, specifically direct foreign investment. You know, direct foreign investment usually utilizes and leverages technology that Egypt wishes to incorporate into its investment arena. And so, through reform policy, Egypt has facilitated a lot of bureaucratic measures that have been impeding the flow of investment in the past in order to facilitate the work of investors, foreign investors. And right now, the issuance of the gold certificate is something that a lot of foreign investors are leveraging and benefiting from. And right now, as well, there are other legislative reforms that were carried out by the Egyptian state. These legislations include the issuance of some investment portfolios and the neutrality between the business sector, the public business sector, and the foreign investment in order to facilitate the procedures of the foreign investment for different foreign investors. And as well, a lot of directives came out from different international classification agencies, commending the strides of Egypt to reform the Egyptian economy. And as well, the Egyptian state has been giving due care to establishing infrastructure that is conducive to investment projects of different kinds. And Egypt has a wide-scale investment portfolio that all foreign investors of the world can benefit from.
And how do you view the Egyptian government's decision to develop a new FDI strategy?
Egypt has laid out a strategy for itself to increase foreign investment rates, because foreign investment, direct foreign investment, is the pivotal source for hard currency, of course. And right now, these strategies aim at minimizing the bureaucratic measures that can impede the flow of the investors' operations. And His Excellency, the President of Egypt, has given a lot of directives in order to facilitate and provide a conducive environment for foreign investors. In fact, the President keeps on issuing these directives that minimize investment procedure measures that are bureaucratic. And we can say that they have become obsolete by now. As well, there are a lot of legislative measures that are taken as well in order to achieve the same goal. And these legislative measures as well attract more investors.
Well, thank you very much for joining us on our Egypt Bulletin, Mohammed Al-Bahwashi, who is an economic expert and joining us from Cairo. Thank you very much. Well, that brings us to the end of our news bulletin, but here's what we've been covering. President El-Sisi meets World Economic Forum President to discuss Egypt's development and investment opportunities. President El-Sisi meets with top officials to discuss enhancing Egypt's foreign trade system and investment climate. And Minister of Foreign Affairs Badr Abdul Ati has reaffirmed Egypt's commitment to the African Union's post-conflict reconstruction policy. Well, that's all for now, and remember to stay updated by following Qnews for the latest developments.